Hi, performers and achievers. Welcome to Performers and Achievers Daily with me, Raj Gavurla. On today's episode, when did we go from living to demonizing? I'm very aware and I recognize the vast majority of people are not demonizing. The vast majority are living. However, there is a percentage who are demonizing, and it needs to end. There are no benefits to demonizing. However, there are tremendous benefits to living. So go towards the tremendous benefits of living. And so, yes, things are sometimes competitive. Often we're competitive. We have one team against another team, one person against the other person competing. However, and there's competition. However, there are certain guidelines to navigate the competition, regardless of what we're in. Those guidelines are there to navigate so that the competition is something that is beneficial, not only to the person, to their team, and then to also humanity at large. So what does that look like? That looks like people, when they're together, create a safe and positive professional learning environment and culture. Have civility, which is respect and manners for each other. They show good demeanor that's specific to what it is that they're performing, achieving, doing, accomplishing. So in other words, when you're with your family, there's a specific demeanor. With your friends, specific demeanor. With your teammates, specific demeanor. Colleagues, specific demeanor. Customers, specific demeanor. Other people, specific demeanor. Extended family, specific demeanor. When you're in your place of business, there's a specific demeanor. In the workplace, specific demeanor. While you're doing your job, specific demeanor. While you're doing your work, specific demeanor. While you're playing sports, specific demeanor. When you're playing in the orchestra, specific demeanor. In the band, specific demeanor. When you're visiting other countries, there's a specific demeanor based on what it is that the purpose of the event is, why you're there. These are all demeanor, so you show good demeanor. And we show good demeanor to each other. We show civility to each other. We create a safe, positive, professional learning environment and culture with each other. And then we have what is the most easiest, or the easiest, and that is good conduct, or some people call it good behavior. So obviously all that means is that we talk good to each other. We use the right language. We listen to each other. We communicate with each other. We engage in dialogue with each other or have dialogue with each other. We feel each other. We sense each other. We observe each other. We watch each other. We talk with each other. We write to each other. And we do that with good language, good communication. Makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So the small percentage that don't, when did that occur in America? I don't know what it's like in other countries. However, I live in the United States of America. I was raised in the United States of America. Yes, I was born in Hyderabad, India. However, I was raised in the United States of America since I was 4 years old. And as I was raised, I've been trying to pinpoint when did demonization start occurring. I'm not able to pinpoint it. I can pinpoint some things. Basically, there are some events that happened, like 9/11, probably right after that, years after that, is when this idea or notion or way of life in America anyway, demonization started to occur. And it doesn't make sense because it has no benefits. There are no benefits to demonization. Zero. There's tremendous benefits to living. And so, examples of tremendous benefits of living. You do your job, you do your business, your work, you're with your family, your extended family, friends, teammates, colleagues, customers, and other people. And you're there, right, to live, enjoy, and have fun in the process of living and to raise your family or be a part of a family, extended family with friends, teammates, colleagues, customers, other people. It makes a lot of sense. There's tremendous benefits to that in the business place, workplace, at home, in school, in the factories, all over the place, in government, in society in general, different countries. I visit other countries sometimes. So that's important, very important. Then, when you're playing sports, there's the same thing. There's sportsmanship or sportswomanship, right? It wouldn't be it's not enjoyable and fun playing sports if someone's trying to demonize someone, whether that's before the match, during the match, or after the match. That's not sportsmanship. That's not sportswomanship. That's not sporting. And since I'm a professional official, we don't allow it. And there's fouls that we assess players, give a player. It could lead to coaches, fans also. Could lead to ejection, or it could lead to not having the privilege of attending games in the future because of someone not showing sportsmanship, sportswomanship, or good sporting demeanor, sporting acts. Instead, they're demonizing. There are no benefits to demonizing. This is valid for anything. It's valid in the business place, in your jobs, in your work. Eventually, management, HR might get involved in a situation. They do their research and investigate. And so there's policies in place. You would think there wouldn't be a need for harassment policy, bullying policy, retaliation policy. However, there is a need. In businesses, organizations, teams, job places, workplaces, schools, all sorts of entities and organizations where people are first, right? Then it's the business. It's an organization. It's a team. There's a business to do. There's a job to do. There's work to do. And then there are customers. And then there's the community. And then other people who you've never met, never interacted with, who eventually become recognizable because somehow you've learned about each other and you've come together. And when you do come together, obviously there are tremendous benefits of that. However, there are zero benefits to demonization. In the United States of America, we're in a presidential election, whether you're for the Democrats or for the Republicans. I'm all for campaigning to say, hey, our side has the right solution, or no, their side has the wrong solution. Either way. However, why would any side demonize the other side? And I know there's some spiritual significance to this. However, we celebrate a lot of things because they're good in the world, and we celebrate the good. And some people think that, well, how do we know good and when it's good if we don't know the opposite, bad or evil? I'll give you another perspective. How about just realizing and celebrating the good and realizing that there doesn't need to be the bad, the evil. You may think that's not reality. However, if you look and look carefully, and if you start with the end in mind, regardless of what your faith is or non-faith, spiritual way of life, or your way of life or philosophy, or what you believe or don't believe or know or don't know, or your experiences, right? Each person's experiences are different. So that's how someone has some kind of belief or knowledge of. They can't prove it necessarily, but they experienced it. So that's why it has informed them. They've learned from that experience and they implement and apply it to benefit. That doesn't mean every other person experiences it the same way or will experience that. However, it is something that people sometimes talk about to each other, they share with each other, but it's different and unique for each person. So that's very important. And almost all of them, not almost all of them, when you begin, not if, when you begin with the end in mind, that's what it is. There's more good, right? Benefits. That's where everything's at. There's not the demonization. Doesn't exist. Think about that. Think about what benefits that would have for you, your team, or our team, or whichever words you use, and all the people that are involved, and then those people who are opponents, who aren't on our team, who are on a different our team. However, you may be in the same industry, the same league, and you compete. It's competitive. There's competition. However, you live, there are tremendous benefits to living to that competition. However, there are zero benefits to demonization. It's a waste, complete waste. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. It's not entertaining at all. It really isn't. And I'm not against criticizing the other side because you think your side is better, or constructive feedback or constructive criticism. No, or even a compliment. However, I am against demonizing and making it not beneficial to live. That's ridiculous. It really is. And again, I recognize the vast majority of people do not do this. However, it is occurring here in America. And I'm not sure exactly when it started happening. I was raised in America, and I've taken a look into that. When did this start occurring? And we will definitely, from the experience that we're having today, benefit from living. And the demonization won't exist when you begin with the end in mind. Is it challenging sometimes? Yes. Is it hard sometimes? Probably. Difficult sometimes? Probably. However, I'm always nice to my Gavurla family. I'm not so sure that that was taught to me by my parents. That's just who I am, the way I am. I'm always nice to my Gavurla family. And it has tremendous benefits. And so there may be situations, and sure, we have these situations. However, we're nice with each other, and if one of us isn't, then we're able to talk about it. We don't demonize one another, though. That doesn't make sense. There are zero benefits to that. So today, I ask you, are you benefiting from living? Which, of course, you are. And what can you do, and how can you do it, and when can you intervene to end the demonization by making an honorable stand? An honorable stand. That creates benefits for each and everyone. That creates benefits for humanity. So think about it. Your bonus today is that we are in the holiday season. Are we going to treat people well or not? And naturally, we treat people well. A lot of kids, youth, some childs come over, and we give them candies or sour apples or cranberry apples, different treats. We're nice to each other. We benefit each other living. There are zero benefits to demonizing each other. So when are you making an honorable stand? That's what I have for you on today's episode. If you like my episode, like it and comment in the comment section. To help and support you with my private, personal, professional, confidential programs and services, visit my website, rajgavurla.com, fill in the brief form, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Enjoy benefiting from living.